And here we are, we're live, and we're coming together today to talk about something new, something exciting, and that, of course, is the upcoming Kickstarter for Action Figure Adventure Season 2. And just so you're paying attention, I tried to find the brightest shirt that exists on the face of the planet. So hopefully your eyes are wide open and you can't tear away from this neon green yellow ooze like nightmare. This is where we are. So again, today we're talking Action Figure Adventure Season 2, the Kickstarter, and we're going to do a bit of an overview with everybody. Now, nobody's going to be able to see this page, but I'm going to walk you through it now. It's also in flux, so things might change. I'm still waiting to hear back on a few quotes, some final numbers, and take your input to help tinker and, just kind of perfect the campaign a little bit more. These things always go so much better when you can listen to the audience that might be interested in backing it. So before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to Articulated Chad, who's joining us as well now. If you are watching us, feel free to chime in on the comments, of course, whether that's on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Twitch. Okay, so let's do this. Just going to bring up this screen here. So here we go. So this is the preview screen that I can generate because I am the project owner and operator. And we're going to just kind of go through it. Now, one thing you should know for sure is that this number here isn't accurate, the 29 days. That's just until when we want it to end. And right now we're targeting the end date as May 21st, which is a Saturday, which kind of corresponds to when Jay and I do our live streams and when it ends. So we thought the final hour of the campaign could be the live stream, so we can check back in there. The other weird thing that you're going to see here is like a weird number like this. It says, $0 pledged so far, of course. Pledged of $6,247. That's an oddly specific Kickstarter goal, Rob. Well, that's because if you hover over there, you'll see that it's converted from 5,000 US dollars because I'm browsing in Canada, of course. So we're just going to walk through this whole campaign to give you an idea of what's going on. I'm going to have to go back and forth between tabs just to answer questions because while I'm looking at the Kickstarter tab, I can't see anything that you guys are talking about here. Big shout out to Cindy, who's saying, "Hey, Rob," and Tater, aka Nathan, saying, "Hey, guys, it's just me. It's just me, Nathan. It's just me today. Nobody else is here. All by myself. Oh, it's a tough life." Okay, let's dive in here. Now, you'll see this big green play button. Now, if I hit that button, I hit that magic button, it'll play the trailer. And, I don't know if we should play that trailer or not. Maybe if we get some good questions and some good comments and feedbacks, I'll show the trailer on this stream instead of making everybody wait until Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Big news. Maybe that's a big tease. So let's just head down the page and see where we're at. So we got our poster for Season 2 laid out here. More toys, more stores, more fun. Action Figure Adventure Season 2 coming 2022. We'll get to the rewards in a second. I've got links for Season 1 in case you haven't had a chance to watch it yet. In Canada on Jinxie Sports TV, of course, in the rest of the world via Tubi and Amazon Prime. But this one will take you to the Tubi link. A lot of people are discovering Tubi, and we have a lot of content on there, so I really like supporting them. The synopsis, if you're familiar with the series, you know what this is all about. Jay Bartlett dares to go on another quest for the coolest, rarest, most talked about action figures and playsets ever in hopes of putting together the ultimate action figure auction with all proceeds going to support a local charity and critically ill children. So we are partnered with the Children's Health Foundation of London, Ontario, and they're a foundation that also supports my son who has an autoimmune disease and is under their purview. And very specifically, we are targeting the Child Life Program. And the Child Life Program makes it easier for kids that have to go to the hospital for frequent visits or are at the hospital for a long time. Makes their joy, makes it a little bit more joyful to be there, makes their stay a little bit easier when they're there so that they're not always worried about the procedures and injections and medicines and doctors and clinical talk, because that can be heavy for a little person. So the Child Life Program kind of helps them remind them that they're still a kid and that even in those kind of situations, you can find smiles. And we're a big fan of that. So we target the Child Life Program. Along the way, we hear from collectors, creatives, and people of note who discuss, oh, look at that spelling mistake. I got to fix that already. They discuss holy grails, collecting rules, the perfect action figures, lesser known lines, the future of action figures, and so much more. So these are topics that we cover every single episode, because usually each episode is broken down between Jay's journey and one of these discussion topics, and Jay's journey kind of sandwiches or bookends a topic per episode. Sometimes it inverts the other way depending on what's going on in Jay's journey, but not always. Never alone, Messer says, I'm never alone. Thank you so much. Hexcalibur, can't wait to watch the whole season. Well, that I haven't sat down yet and tried to watch the whole season, so I'm not sure what that would feel like or what that would entail. Cindy's chiming in saying she loves the mission, Rob, especially targeting the child life services. Yep, child life program is where it's at. That's what I believe in. And it makes doing all of this every single day, the pre-production, the development, when we're actually shooting and when we're putting it together in post-production, all worth it. Action Figure Adventure Season 2 will be a 10-episode journey, with each episode running 22 to 24 minutes. I think they're all over 23 minutes, and a couple of them are almost 26 minutes. So if that kind of thing matters to you, then that's great. We always cut for quality, not for runtime. But it is close to 4 hours of action figure goodness. There's lots of attention on figures, play sets, and vehicles across franchises such as Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe. And this season, too, we definitely spent a little bit more time, I think, highlighting some of the lesser-known lines. In fact, like I said, we even have a topic that discusses lesser-known lines, which is fun to kind of delve into and showcase as well. So how far along is season 2? You know, you're doing a Kickstarter, and you must need money to do this, and that's why you're coming there. So you probably haven't started, or have you started, or maybe you start a little bit. Well, we've done the lion's share of production so far. We do have a little bit more shooting to do. We do have a lot more post-production to do, of course, as well, and that includes audio post. But we also need funds to cover insurance, legal, and our disc-based release, which is really what this campaign is all about. We have a broadcast deal for Canada. We don't have anything outside of Canada. That is usually the format and the plan and strategy that we work with. We try to sell, in our case, our home territory, Canada, and then try to find a buyer elsewhere that can take it on. That didn't happen until much later with season 1. I think there was like 7 or 8 months before we found a home outside of Canada for season 1 of Action Figure Adventure. So this Kickstarter represents an opportunity for you, if you're outside of Canada, or even if you're in Canada, to get in on the series before day 1. Because even though we have our broadcaster deal, all our backers get access to episodes a week before they drop on television. So you get to kind of follow along week by week, be the first ones to take a look. So we've got a lot to do. I would say that we're 85% done. Still lots to do. The toughest part of any production is the final 10% and getting it kind of buttoned up and out the door and happy, and doing all those double checks, just sanity checks we call them, because you're used to seeing so much footage and everything. It's like, is that done? Is that perfect? Did I do that right? So that's where that's at. Are we talking about Captain Power? There is Captain Power references in this season. I guarantee. Matthew Dutch says, sup Rob, sup Matthew Dutch, what's up? So as I said, this is about taking home the journey. We're offering some digital rewards. This is really your chance to own the exciting series on Blu-ray or DVD. Season 1, we only produce DVDs and Blu-rays to meet quotas for price breaks, and then basically sold from whatever was left over after we fulfilled our backers, which is awesome. And as I go on to say here, only a low percentage of indie documentaries and documentary series get released on physical media. It is hard to do nowadays. It's not like it used to be. And, that's a shame, because we all like that physical thing on the shelf, right? We like to see that tangible thing. And it really sucks when you go to put on your favorite streaming service and all of a sudden the content's not there for you to enjoy. And you're like, well, where is it? Where can I get it? And you might have to go buy it again. You've been paying all these subscription dollars to have access to the stuff that you want, but it's a revolving door. You might not get what you like to see. So own it on DVD, own it on Blu-ray. But here's the cool part, and I'll get to that, and I'll get to this in a second. But every time you buy a DVD and a Blu-ray through this campaign, you get digital access through us, through Vimeo, through DRM-free copies. So you'll be able to download them through a unique code that we provide you on, and that links you to our Vimeo page. You can add it to your library, stream it through Vimeo if you want, or download it and watch on your own viewing pleasure with whatever device you want to be able to watch it on. So like I said here, we're currently in post-production with a few moments and interviews left to capture. The campaign is to provide funds for physical copies of the series and help with legal and insurance and distribution costs. Basically, we have about another $20,000 for all our costs to be met. This campaign is only for $5,000 because that's what we need to tackle the physical disc run, Blu-rays and DVDs, and just help a little bit with some of these other costs. But it's mainly to do the physical run. So the big question that people always get on Kickstarter, have you done this before? Why should I trust you with my hard-earned money? Other than the fact, like I said, this is obviously season 2, so we have done this before. And other than the fact that we've done 85% of the work already for season 2, I've been fortunate enough to make a few different programs already. I've done Nintendo Quest, Power of Grayskull, Video Game Box with the stories behind the covers, Kitty Origins Evolutions, and of course the upcoming Faking Filmation and a few other projects that I'm working on. So yes, I have made one or two things before in the pop culture sphere, and you can rest assured that you'll get something that's awesome, something that's fun, and something that's entertaining, which is sorely missed nowadays. What happened to when you could watch something that was fun and entertaining and be a documentary at the same time? So these are reward specifics. Maybe we'll loop back to this after. Stretch goals. Everybody wants to know about stretch goals with Kickstarter campaign. If you hit the base goal, what do we get next? What can you give us for free? What can happen? So this is far from final. This is far from final, everybody. And I'm going to check in the chat. I'm going to jump back over just to see if there's anything else that anybody else is saying. Nobody else is really saying anything over here, and that's fine. That's fine. Jay is just saying Damian Wayne is the best Robin. Well, thanks for jumping in with something crucial there, Jay. That's really helping the cause right now. Okay, so stretch goals. $5,000 is our base goal. We know that. We get a disc run of the series. Huge thumbs up. Toy room tours, $15,000. So if we go above and beyond our base goal of $5,000, we're going to craft 6 toy room tours that feature participants from season 2. Now, a lot of this footage is shot. It just needs to be pieced together and the time taken for it to look good. These run 5 to 10 minutes. It could be longer. I honestly haven't looked at too much of the footage yet, but you'll get something that's a pretty cool kind of gateway to other toy collectors' world, why they've set up certain things, some cool pieces of their collection, some notable figures, and the stories behind them, which I think is always so integral to being in the toy community, like hearing from others what they value, why they value it, and of course, how someone displays their collection is always fascinating. So toy room tours, we'll do 6 of them if we hit $15,000. Now, if we go above and beyond, crazy bananas, we get to $30,000, we will go on another adventure and craft 6 additional episodes. Now, those toy room tours will be part of those episodes if that's the case, but we'll go out and craft 6 episodes if we hit $30,000. We're losing money at that point if we do that, but it kind of gives everybody something extra. Now, those will be digital episodes that we give everybody, but it would be another 3 hours of content, right? Half-hour episodes, 6 of them. So that could be really fun to do. And again, you'll get the toy room tours a part of that. So that's where I'm thinking right now. I've got 3 or 4 days to rethink that. And $30,000 to craft those 6 additional episodes, like I said, isn't quite enough, but we get pretty close. We get pretty close to being able to afford that and still do the disc run of season 2 and cover the cost of toy room tour. So it all kind of works out. And I firmly believe we can do it. So this just breaks down more info on the stretch goals. The 6 to 8 episodes, or the 6 episodes, sorry, that we would do if we hit 30,000 would take 6 to 8 months to kind of churn out. So probably summer to fall 2023 if we hit that mark, which isn't that bad. It's a lot of work to craft these episodes, both in terms of going out and filming and planning and the cost to travel. Gas is astronomical these days, let alone feeding crew and labor and touring around and just plotting that kind of time. It's a lot of work. So it takes a lot of work to craft the episodes. But if you've seen season 1, you know what you're getting. And I think you like it. Everybody's been really positive about season 1. So let's talk about who's in the series. I'll jump over to the tab first. Who's over here? So wow, that's some crazy stretch goals. I think it's crazy for sure. Nathan is saying, I'm going to go on the mini quest with you guys. I have spoken. That's just that. Cindy says, toy room tours. I love seeing others' displays and treasure finds. That's 100% what we're thinking there. Matthew says, don't know if I can back someone who thinks Damien is the best Robin. Clearly, it's Tim. Tim Lucas says, can't wait to back again. Thanks so much. Danny wants to know, shirts? Are there shirts? We're going to talk about rewards soon, Danny. Big news regarding shirts. Big news or big T. So who have we been lucky enough to film with now? My kryptonite is pronouncing people's last names. I am just not good at it. My memory is shot from being on the road doing so many of these adventures. I just don't got it in me, folks. So bear with me if I screw up last names here. Write in the comments how much of a horrible person I am and what a bad toy community member I am. But Motu Joe, you guys know Motu Joe, Retro Regs, Mock Masters, Motu Joe. We also feature him prominently in a couple different ways in the series, which is cool. Justice Curry, same thing. What a fun guy, and I hope he's resting up and feeling okay. Brian Heiler, the author of Knockoffs, and of course his affiliated group, his site Plaid Stallions, and Toy Ventures as well, for that matter. Jeremy Gerard from Mythic Customs, and the newly minted director of sales and marketing for Four Horsemen Studios. No big deal, a little bit of a big deal. Mysterion interviewed with us as well. He's a world-renowned magician, but he's also a crazy toy collector and has over 5,000 figures. Walter Mueller, massive Transformers collector. That is the guy we did a toy room tour with. So is Mysterion. Those are collections you do not want to miss. Brian Heiler, we also did a toy room tour with. So we've got to figure out what that looks like and cut those together if we hit that magic mark of $15,000. I feel like one of those televangelists at this point. Come on, we need your money so we can save your souls if you pledge for our Dolly mission. I've been watching a lot of biopics about televangelisms. Pixel Dan filmed with us, and so did Peter Willura from Electrified Porcupine. Peter lives around the corner. He has the distinct, pleasure, I guess, or notoriety of being the first person interviewed, outside of Jay, of course, for both Action Figure Adventure Season 1 and Season 2. He's always kind of the guinea pig who sits in the hot seat. He gives me a lot of good questions to give me questions back to the questions that I throw him in a lot of statements. So his interviews are always a little bit different than everybody else's because he really sets the bar for, man, I probably should ask better questions than I just asked Peter. I got to come up with something better. So Peter's the one who kind of puts me on edge. Pixel Dan, like I said, he has a YouTube channel. Maybe you've heard of it. Jeremy Dewitt, we have labeled him a pop culture illustrator. He's also a podcaster. He's on the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me podcast and Podcasters in the Universe. And we did a toy room tour with him as well. Mike Crockerell, the owner of Elm Street Toys, which is a horror themed store. And the gears are turning because it's not just toys. It's everything from bath bombs to any kind of horror trinket you can imagine. It's in the North Dallas area. I mean, Nathan and Cindy, feel free to correct me and let me know exactly where it is so I can put it out there. I'm going to jump over to chat for a second right here. You guys are basically arguing about Robin in the chat, which is okay. I think Dick Grayson's the best Robin. There you go. That's my pick. Excalibur. Need a milestone where Jay reverts his pick on best Robin. I agree. And so does Nathan. Nelson, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Thomas Rydberg. Oh, what's up, Rob? Hello from Sweden. Hello, Thomas. Nice to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Allen, Texas is Elm Street Toys. Thanks, Cindy. I knew you were going to come in with that if I gave you a few moments. Stephen Bishotti, collector, podcaster, and a Scottish Lord. He has a collection. We didn't have time and didn't care enough to shoot it. More on that if you listen to a recent episode of Podcasters of the Universe, in which I guest with him and Jeremy. They host and I guest, and we talk about all the problems with Steve. Poor guy. Patrick Scott Patterson is featured as well. He's a pop culture treasure hunter. He's been featured in other projects with me, such as Nintendo Quest and video game box art. Stories behind the covers. Tracy Tobin and Jason Tobin of Tracy's Basement. This is a great channel on YouTube. These guys are crazy collectors, and we featured their toy room tour in season 2 of the Jay and Rob Toy Show, the TV edition. So you got to check that out if you haven't as well. And of course, we got Cindy. I'm not going to pronounce your last name, Cindy. I'm going to try. Ready? Noonan Schwander. By the way, Cindy, and I know I got that wrong. By the way, I have looked you up on Facebook probably about 10 times every day for the last week in order just to make sure the spelling your name is correct on episodes, because I can't remember how to spell it. That's just not with me. Tater, Nathan Sawyer, and of course Kate. Nguyen Schwander. Again, I am sorry. Again, Kryptonite last names are not my thing. Those are the guests that are with us. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 interviews, which is pretty cool, of people chiming in on all our different topics. And a lot of those were filmed by Nathan and Cindy as our remote crew traveling around, and only a small handful were filmed by me. And I will say that Cindy and Nathan's stuff looks better than me. And this is why you should have a dedicated crew, folks. This is why. Where did we film? Season 2 took us from Ontario, London, Ontario, Canada, where I am currently broadcasting from, all the way to Nova Scotia, Canada, Halifax in particular, and back. And we stopped at these stores in particular: Heroes Comics, Dark Matter Toys and Collectibles, Treehouse Collectibles, Collectible Toys, Cape and Cowl Comics and Collectibles, Giant Robot Comics, Lost World Games, Toys and Records, Retro Rewind, and Comic Alley Toys. Now, 9 stores might not sound like a lot, but when you're only talking about 10 episodes, and you got to have time for an auction, and you got to have time to set up the story, and you're talking about some, cool action figure topics, it's more than enough. Plus, there's some curveballs and things happen, and well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an action figure adventure, to say the least. And of course, we have a bunch of sponsoring partners with us this time around. We have Heroes of Comics and Cards. As we mentioned, we stopped there. Big Bad Toy Store was a partner as well. Mock Masters and Retro Rags Limited. And when this project goes live, you'll be able to click this cool little button down here that says Day One. This is for KickTrack. Now, this will take you to KickTrack, which is a website that shows you the analytics and progress and evolution of a Kickstarter campaign, so you can see where it's projected to go, how it's going, where it might go, how many backers, the average pledge amount. A lot of cool statistical things if you like it. Now, before I get to the rewards, I'm going to jump back again to the chat and see where it is. Look, I am getting corrected left, right, and center in the chat. Nguyen Coin Schwander. Did you really say Nguyen Coin Schwander? Like, ladies and gentlemen, what is this? And then Cindy's trying to type it phonetically. Noin Schwander is how it's pronounced. Noin Schwander. No Oin Schwander. This is not my fault. This is not just my kryptonite. This is like, I think you guys are just making fun of me at this point. And I'm just getting oin at this part. So let's go and look at the rewards, because Danny is dying to know what's going on with the rewards, and will there be shirts? Will there be shirts? Now, I will say before we get into the rewards, it's not the whole tale of the tape, because Kickstarter, as I discovered last year when we did our Faking Filmation campaign, which went kind of gangbusters, now has add-on items. So you don't have to build a zillion different rewards that each are, onto islands unto themselves. You can have one reward and have a bunch of add-ons that people can, literally add on to them as well. So for example, off the top of my head, because we can't actually see the add-ons on this page, we have add-ons for season 1 of Action Figure Adventure in DVD and Blu-ray form, including a special edition Blu-ray form that has 4 discs, and I don't think there's many of them left. I think there's like 10 or maybe 20 of those left at all. We have posters for season 1 and season 2 as add-ons. We have, I think we have some digital copies of stuff as well, if people want to just add on digital copies. And then we get to t-shirts. Are we going to do t-shirts? Well, t-shirts are not really cost effective, but Retro Rags is one of our partners. So what I think we'll do for that is we'll create a shirt and we'll put it up on the site, Retro Rags site, and we'll give you a 20% off code if you become a backer at a certain level, so that you get, 20% off your shirt. And then you can book your shirt, and the shirt can be shipped well in advance of everything else, so you can have it and wear it and help showcase, which I think is probably the easiest and smartest way to do it. Because there's just not a lot of margins on t-shirts. It's like t-shirt's going to cost $20 and we're going to charge $30, and then our funds are inflated and it's not reflective. So anyways, okay, so let's start here. Pledge $10 or more and you get a digital copy of season 2. That's right, $1 an episode. It will be much more than this when it goes live. If we are handling the distribution ourselves outside of Canada, it'll probably be $20. So this is like half off, and you basically just get season 2, no bonus features whatsoever, just 10 episodes. Enjoy, drink it up. And as you can see here, estimated delivery December this year. We're committing to that, folks. It's going to happen. Let's see what else here. Oh, I'm going to jump back into chat for a second. So Jay Bartlett is saying a reward should be you get to toy hunt with us for a day. Anyone? Well, maybe that'll be something that you can do with Jay. We got to figure out, of course, there's some COVID issues, and we've got to figure out what that means. Would we have to film it, or is it just a toy hunt? It's not a bad idea there, Bardo. Not a bad idea. Rethink the Robin, and I'll take all of your suggestions a little bit more seriously. Thomas says, the Dewitt art for these things is just pure happiness. I agree. And as you can see on the page here, this is, of course, by Jeremy Dewitt as well. I probably don't give that guy enough credit. That's for sure. So pledge $19 to get a digital copy of season 2 plus bonus features. And the bonus features are bonus features for season 2, extended interviews, maybe extended scenes. Plus, look at this. I'm throwing in season 1 and season 2 of the Jay and Rob Toy Show. These are our TV broadcast episodes that have aired in Canada. There's 20 episodes that you get, plus season 2, plus bonus material. So basically, you're getting 30 episodes for $19. Pretty great deal, folks. Pretty great deal. You get a 2-disc DVD for $30, plus, of course, all the digital bonus material that you get above. So if you want a DVD copy, it's 2 discs because it's 10 episodes. You can't all fit on one. I wish it could. Otherwise, this number would be a lot lower. C'est la vie. $50, 2-disc Blu-ray with your name in the credits. You want your name in the credits to say thank you for backing the project. There you go. And again, Blu-rays are not cheap to produce, and we want to make sure that you get some bonus materials on them as well. So 2 discs. There you go, $50, which is pretty normal for our campaigns. We have a $50 kind of threshold for that kind of thing. And again, all these discs, you get a digital copy of everything else. So if you don't want to open your Blu-ray, you don't have to. All right, here's the Rob McCallum special that we do on every campaign. The $99, associate producer. You get your name listed in the credits as an associate producer. And I'm going to say it again when we revisit reward specifics. You can see it down here. If you choose a reward tier that has a producer level credit in it, you must be comfortable to sign some documentation, an affidavit, and get it notarized saying that it's a courtesy credit. In other words, you weren't actually a crew member. You kind of just bought it through Kickstarter in order to get the credit, and you can beef up your IMDb and all that stuff with it. It's fine. But we need you to sign these affidavits for tax credit purposes and for showcasing Canadian content so we can have it aired in Canada. If you don't want to do it, no problem. You can withhold that credit. You can still pledge for $99 and all that, but we can't give you the credit if you can't do the paperwork in time. Just how it goes. $199, be in the series. So let's talk about what that means, because this is an interesting one, and it was a little bit revised from what we did in season 1. When we did the season 1 campaign, we had only just shot most of it. We didn't come as far away as editing as we are in season 2. So there is still a chance to be in the proper series for season 2, but chances are everybody that wants to do this pledge, we'll give you a bunch of questions. You film yourself, you give us back the footage, and we'll cut all the footage together, and it'll be part of bonus materials. Or, and this is where I think it's really cool this time around, you can join us on a live stream like this. Jay and Rob Toy Show goes live right now every Saturday at noon, but we also do evening slots. At least we had been up for a while doing evening slots. You can come on and be part of a show with us, be a guest and showcase your dollies, talk about your dolly opinions, why you love action figures and toys, and be a part of things that way. Because we found that some people had a lot of trouble filming themselves in a quality that we were able to use within the show. The bonus materials is a little bit more forgiving because that's just us sharing mainly kind of within the community, and everybody else that is a backer of the project gets to see what you want to talk about. But in order for it to be in a broadcast, series television show, it's got to meet a certain criteria, even if it is a documentary, which is more forgiving on those technical requirements. So I thought, why not just allow the person to come on with a live stream, or a few people at the same time? We could have, a couple special streaming sessions together. That would be kind of fun. So there you go, $199. So executive producer, you want to be an EP? It's $1,000. You got it. Again, the affidavit thing, but you get to be an executive producer on something like this. You get to be part of it. You would even get to see, I think, even though it's not stated here, episodes even more in advance of everybody else, and maybe some private chats with Jay and myself. And maybe this would be a good tier to throw at the, hey, come toy hunting with Jay and myself, or just Jay, or whatever, and limit it to, only a couple slots. So the associate producer credit, or the be in the series, is limited to 10. If there's demand, we can increase that for sure. That's not hard. The associate producer credit is limited to 10. Again, if there's demand, we can increase that. We're not trying to be greedy, folks. We're only looking for $5,000 here to make this happen, which is relatively low for a Kickstarter campaign. It's what we need, though, to really cross the border and get it kind of done. So there's only 4 EP credits. Let's see what reward specifics say. See if I missed anything. All disc-based rewards come with access to our digital content, which is awesome. It's access through a Vimeo page. So we give you a link that redirects you to Vimeo. So sign up for Vimeo account. It's free. Or if you already have one, you're good. We will message you through Kickstarter with a unique code that you click on it. Basically allows you to redeem it, and then it's added to your library forever. Super simple. Be on camera. We just talked about that. We, of course, reserve the right to eliminate stuff or refuse answers or footage that you submit to us that we deem inappropriate. We get to decide what that is. Same with name in the credits and all that. There's a lot of people that put podcast names, and that's fine. We're totally cool with that. I think My Wife Is Going to Kill Me did that, and Toy Power Podcast did that as well. We're fine with that in there, but if you try to put something smarmy or inappropriate or not family friendly, just not going to make the cut. We have too much writing on that, and again, you don't like it? Sorry, figure out something else. That's just a line in the sand, unfortunately. I think that kind of covers most of it. I'm going to jump back over to the chat and see how everybody's doing over there. Mini quest. Let's go. I'm going to Toronto in early June. I'll try to stop at some stores. That's awesome. I would travel to London to hunt with you guys. That's awesome. What's articulated Chad saying? It said, yeah, but you got to meet me halfway. Danny Valente. I got troubles. Danny, we can figure out some shirts for you. Again, if you become a backer, then you'll be able to get a shirt at 20% off, which is better than what we could offer through the campaign, which is where that's coming from. Cindy really likes the mini quest, and Chad really likes the mini quest for sure. So we could do that, folks. What other final questions do you guys got? I haven't seen a ton of stuff here that's really compelling me to share the trailer with you guys. I don't even know if the audio would come through on the trailer. I think it would. Let's see. I'm going to hit play. I'm going to hit play on the trailer and see if you guys can hear it. Okay. Just going to play it for a few seconds and you tell me if you can hear it. Okay. See if it actually plays.
Action Figure Adventure is a quest. We are building the ultimate.
Oh my goodness. All right. Could you guys hear that? There's about a 10 to 15 second delay, so you'll have to let me know. Chime in if you were able to hear that little snippet. You may not have been able to hear it, and that's fine. Oh, live streams. I love you. So, as I wait for you guys, Danny's saying he heard it. Cindy heard it. Yep, Thomas heard it. I guess it works. Matthew Dutch heard it. Jay saying yes. But did you guys really hear it? Did you really? I should leave it at that. I actually had this vision where I was going to hit play and everybody was going to get like rickrolled. Like it was going to start playing and then, yeah. Maybe that's what will happen if I keep playing it. I don't know, Jay. You're watching. Should I play it or should I hold off? What do you think? You guys tell me. What do you guys like about the campaign? What needs to be added other than shirts, Danny? Because we've already got to work around. What else needs to be added there, folks? Tell me. And nothing crazy like we need action figures of you and Jay. What else needs to be added? Help us out. Help me figure this out as we get down to crunch time. Again, it launches Tuesday, April 26th. What is it? 4 or 5 days from now. Pretty cool. Can you guys hear my puppy? He's a bit of a barker. Should have called him Bob. There you go. So I guess nobody wants to see the trailer. That's okay. You can wait till Tuesday. It's not a big deal. It's actually a really big deal. Pretty proud of it. Jay says, go for it, McBobbins. Danny wants rub-on tattoos. Is that suggestion enough to get me to hit play? I don't know. Signed copies. Oh, Thomas. Okay. Awesome. I'm glad you brought it up. So one thing that isn't listed here, but it's in the add-ons. So signed copies. Before we had stretch goals where we had to hit a certain amount, and then we had to basically produce hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of additional disc jackets to sign and then get it reshrink wrapped underneath, which cost us like a lot of money to produce and a lot of time in shipping these things around. So in the add-ons, we're going to do alternative art that you can slip into your disc jacket, and Jay and I are going to sign them. I think it's like $10. So you basically, anybody can get it for whether it's a DVD or Blu-ray, and just add the $10 in just for us to sign the alternate artwork. And then you can either choose to display it in there, or some people got them framed last time, which is easier than us setting an arbitrary stretch goal, not knowing where the backer count is going to be to try to figure out how many additional sheets we got to print off and then who has to sign them. So right now, Jay and I are going to sign everything. And we're going to do alternate artwork. We're probably going to work with Jeremy again, which is awesome. And we got to think of a cool concept for what that artwork can be. So I think maybe backer is one of the first things that they'll get to participate in for the campaign, is figuring out what kind of homage might be. Danny posters are also add-ons, both season 1 and season 2. So the season 2 poster is up right now. Season 1, everybody I think is probably familiar with. That is available as well. They're all 18 by 24, which is kind of that cool indie size. What's their mini comic? Danny, go to HE double hockey sticks. I ain't no James E talk to do a mini comic. That's a James thing. Vidal wants to contribute. You can contribute Tuesday, April 26th. Probably go live early in the morning on the East Coast. Homemade scarves now. Now that's a good idea. Homemade scarves. That's a really great idea. Nathan says we can hear it. Start the Kickstarter now. Shut up and take my money. Just do it. Maybe. I'll have to think about it. Okay. You guys have been good sports. Let's see if this does it rewind okay? It does rewind. Okay. I'm going to mute my mic. Yes, I do stop talking, folks. I'm going to mute my mic and then hit play.
Action Figure Adventure is a quest. We are building the ultimate action figure auction, looking to get 10 key items where all the proceeds will go to Children's Health Foundation. What do you think would be a fair price for the two of those guys?
How about this? You buy Starscream at $400 and I give you Soundwave for free.
Oh. The legendary Heroes Comics, baby. Treehouse Collectibles in Toronto. We're here at Cape and Cowl. Here we are at Retro Rewind. I'll fit in the car, right? So am I going to get cursed if I grab this? This sticker here is just insane. What's the price on the Battle Beasts?
I have 400 on the sealed Battle Beast packs.
Jay is one of the more openly passionate people that I've encountered across my different adventures in life.
He's got that passion and that want and that desire to find those toys, to have conversations about those toys.
He's taken it upon himself to utilize the knowledge and the base and the toys of what he's done to create and drive this cause, this mission.
I've worked with the Children's Health Foundation for about 6 or 7 years now. And if I can do anything to help them out, even just a little bit, it's well worth it.
I think toys change and transform us because it gives us something tangible that we can hold in our hands and actually take action with.
I absolutely think that it's more than just play. I think it is a big part of development in young children.
It allows kids to just be without, so many rules or, boxes that they have to try to fit in.
It helps them grow and discover things about themselves that they might not have discovered elsewise, because they're not watching a screen or people saying, this is how you need to do something. They get to decide. They get to choose their own adventures.
I mean, who wouldn't want to get into a van with their best friend and buy toys? And then at the end of this great journey, you get to take the toys and give it back to kids in need. It's everything. That's why I love these adventures. You don't know what's going to happen.
There you go. That's one way to shut me up. That's the trailer for Action Figure Adventure Season 2. You saw it here first on this Kickstarter overview. I hope it got you excited. Jay and I, we've been back and forth on it a bit. He had some good ideas and suggestions. I loved it. it's fun, man. I'm really glad that we're at this point that I'm able to share that with you. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a campaign, I think. And I can't wait. I can't believe we're going to wait till like November, December to share the episodes with you guys. But it's coming. It is coming. And so there you go. The trailer will be released with the campaign on Tuesday. So it'll be easiest just to share the link so people can see the trailer there. I'm sharing it with you guys, the community, the true believers who support Jay and I from, on our channel and the things that we do, because you guys have earned that. And we appreciate everything that you guys do. So there you go. It wasn't planned to share today, but you know what? You guys have been awesome. So there you go. I'm glad everybody's excited. Matt, no, that's not Dewitt's music as well. We're not hardcore enough for that kind of music. Maybe season 3, maybe the mini quest. If we get there, we'll be featuring some of his tunes. Nathan says he's so excited. Articulate Chat, all those gorgeous dollies. Jay saying, dollies, we love you guys. We love you all. We love you guys. Seriously, we do. Thank you for everything that you do. Hit us up with comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like so you can get more information. I hope that campaign's everything that you're expecting. I think it's going to be built for success, and I can't wait to launch it on Tuesday. So from myself, and of course Jay Bartlett, who's watching from the safety of his cowboy keyboard and a planet not too far away from Eternia. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Take care of yourselves and each other, because the best time of day, Mr. Jay Bartlett in chat, feel free to type it, is playtime, of course. Everybody have a très cool day.